As a leading designer of and marketer, of course, of award-winning goodies, including this year, not to be outdone, they've got more award-winning automotive, mobile, and consumer electronics. Our next guest joins us to share their latest, and this happens to be at the press event, the unveiled press event, the night before the official press day. It gets very confusing here in Las Vegas, but we're thrilled to have the Senior Director for Cobra Brand and Global Marketing taking over the world. From Cobra Electronics, Chris Kooistra. Chris, welcome back into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing fine, and glad to have you with us. And again, more award-winning products from Cobra. Cool stuff. Let's talk about what you're showing here at CES.
Speaking of awards, we actually have a CES Innovation Award in Vehicle Intelligence for our new Cobra Radar DSP 9200 model.
Because most drivers don't have enough intelligence, so we've got vehicle.
Yeah. We got to help them out. So no, we have our new radar detector is the first one that Cobra's ever put DSP, which is digital signal processing, in. So therefore, we can alert faster, more accurately than we've ever had before.
Okay, so the digital signal processing makes that much of a difference to get alerts and to have the right information in the driver's hands.
Right, exactly. And the biggest key is, we want to weed out those false alerts. And the more and more technology that we have out in cars with lane departure systems and collision avoidance systems, a lot of those run on a similar band that could be recognized as radar. We want to make sure that we alert to what is a real threat and not alert when it's not a real threat.
Well, very cool. Well, let's start talking about some of the things you're displaying here at the official CES Unveiled event. And for our audience watching the video, if you're listening on the radio, have no fear. Visit us at intotomorrow.com at your leisure and check out the video when you'll see all the videos of all the interviews here at CES. Let's start talking about this baby, which I understand is the award winner. Tell me about this.
Yes, that's the DSP 9200, the small compact unit. As I mentioned, Cobra's first digital signal processing unit. Filters out false alerts, only gives you what you want to hear while you're driving. We also made it iPhone compatible, or I should say smartphone compatible, so iRadar, which we've had for years, is compatible with this model as well. So
not just iPhone then?
No.
Us Androids?
Androids, yes. Android,
okay, good.
Yes. Google Play and iTunes. Okay. You can get the app there. So it's a great little new product. We're real proud of it. It's a big innovative step for Cobra as a company. And
it's funny because you talk about it being a big innovative step, but it's really small.
It is. It is a small unit. Lots of range, a decent amount of range for its size. Like I said, it's a digital signal processing that helps us weed out the false alerts is what makes that unit key.
Gotcha. Now let's move, as we move left to right here, and let's talk about this next model from Cobra.
Well, actually, that's our Beltronics model. That's the Beltronics GT7. It's our brand new radar detector for Beltronics. It's a little bit newer design, a little more rugged design, a little more fast and furious, I would say.
And looks a little more traditional radar detector-ish, as opposed to the first one, but that's cool too.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have there's a market of people who want to drive the way they want to drive, So we want to
have the goodies right there.
Yeah. So that one has obviously the horn's a little bigger in it than compared to the other one, so it has a little bit greater distance of picking stuff up.
When you say the horn, is that what's picking up the radar?
Okay. Radar itself, yep. And then it also embeds GPS, so instead of having to pair to your phone to get location-based alerts, they're already built in a database that downloads into the unit.
Oh, very good. So this would be things like red light cameras or known speed traps or things of that sort.
Exactly. And then as we move further over here, this is the Escort Max 360. It's the first true 360-degree radar protection system. So what that means is...
Because normally we get the front, and then sometimes you get the front and the rear, which typically would be enough. But now this is all the way around?
Does it, yeah, the laser all the way around and then front and back. So instead of working off a refraction of the horn just bouncing things around and collecting it, this has a front-facing horn and a rear-facing horn. So it is true 360. We have arrows on the front, so it tells you where the threat's coming from. It's Bluetooth enabled, GPS enabled, so it's kind of the innovative, radar detector on the market right now. There's nothing else like it.
And as a former police officer, I'm thinking now you've got folks covered because they're getting everything, even the ones that are hiding in the bushes.
Exactly.
As you go by, it's going to pick it up.
Exactly. That's the beauty part of this. When it comes around the corner, it picks it up a lot faster because it doesn't have to wait for it to bounce around. It can just get the unit, the threat right away.
Now, one of the other things that you guys are known for are the dash cams, and of course, not to be outdone, you're showing several of those here at CES as well.
Yeah, we have, this is a line that was launched this year. The first two there, if you're looking at the video, the orange and the blue, those were launched in March, and the one with the red button on it will be launched in March. All our Cobra Drive HD dash cams are full 1080p recording, continuous loop recording, G-sensor technology, so if you were to get into an accident, the file, or not even an accident, a close call, the information would automatically lock until you manually go in and delete it. So it'll never record, even if the card fills up. So you don't have to worry about any of that. And then some of the newer things we've added to these, we've added iRadar connectivity to it, so we can pair to your smartphone now and then use your phone's GPS system to embed the video file with your speed, location, and G-sensor technology, as well as iRadar alerts. And then we also just launched a model, like I said, it's coming out in March, that actually has a GPS mount GPS system built in the mount, so you don't have to use your phone.
Oh my gosh. So you're really thinking of everything, but making sure that all these things are covered so that we as drivers can feel a little more confident, hopefully. Now, we're not recommending you speed. That's not only from Cobra, but from the former cop in me. Yep. However, stuff happens, as we say on the air.
Yes, exactly. Stuff happens. Speeding is one thing, but there's so many different ways to get a ticket nowadays. Red light cameras, speed cameras, and some of them are anywhere from, if you're 5 miles over, you don't even know it, and you're going to get a ticket in the mail.
Yeah. Now, I'm noticing on these particular dash cams, the three that you're showing here, you have the ability for always on, but you don't have to have the monitor on all the time. No. If it's a distraction to you, turn it off, it's still recording.
Yeah, definitely. We made it. We also have the ability, same thing with the microphone in it, so you don't have your audio recorded if you don't want it.
Some of the car conversations you might not want recorded, right?
Yeah, depending on how traffic's going that day. So we also, one other little security feature we have on some of the new ones is we have a parking mode feature. So if if your car is parked and there's still power to the unit, it goes into a smart power mode, and when something passes in from it, not necessarily hits it, it automatically turns on. So it's a little additional security. If your car was to get hit while you weren't in it, you could get that on video and get a license plate, hopefully, and all that.
Awesome. And real quick, price range, starting and going up to?
They start at $139 and go up to $199.
Okay, terrific. Certainly very affordable. And in terms of the radar detectors themselves, price range?
$399 to $649.
Okay, you had to think about that one. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of options there too. Chris, you're always a lot of fun to chat with, and I'm glad we get to catch up with you at various trade shows, especially here at CES. Thanks for joining us on Into Tomorrow.
All right, glad to be back on.
Yes, indeed. And of course, Cobra.com for more info. We'll link you there too when you visit us at IntoTomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline, back with more from Lost Wages, Nevada on the Advanced Media Network.